Welcome back, everyone. Today we're going to be looking at another version of Black Yellow Luffy. So here we're going to be looking at having Raigo as one of our main KOs. This is going to work for any character. Then we have Ivankov. He's going to be a way to put any of our Sabo Ace Luffy cards into our life and then be able to bring them forward. So let's get into the game. Alright, so here I like to go first. So this hand's gonna work really well because we have the Garp. So with the Garp, we can use it as a second attack on our second turn. If you don't have a Garp, you could try to mulligan if you don't have any good cards. But since here I had Garp and then I had a bunch of aces or I had one ace and a Luffy, I knew this was going to be a good hand to start off with. So here I take advantage that I can do essentially 2 attacks on my first attack turn. And so now I just need to kind of play passively until I get enough cards in my hand to be able to start cycling through the combo for Ace, Luffy, Sabo. Here I do get a Raigo pretty early, so I'm definitely going to pocket it until I really need it. Okay, I'm going to play the Luffy, the Egghead Luffy, just to set it up for getting rid of any cards that might cause me some trouble. Right now I'm looking to really KO probably the Katakuri, but depending on what they play next, we'll see what I end up taking. I do end up triggering the card, that way I can get the next Luffy. So here our blocker's put down, so again, I'm just going to set up another Luffy to KO anything that's 4 or less. Here they blocked it, so not a big deal. He's going to take the hit, so it's good on us. We're going to keep trying to pressure this person, that way either we just bombard them with all our Luffy Ace Sabo, or we use our card's abilities to really hammer in with a lot of attack. Here I want to save the Luffy in order to be able to use its ability on my next turn. So since they're hitting with just even matchups, I'm going to decide to save the Luffy. I'm going to take the hit, so now I'm going to use the fact that I have 2 Luffys out to be able to KO some of their cards, but first I'm going to attack and try to whittle down his life, or I'm going to make him use his counters. Here he blocks it and then gives a counter. Unfortunate, but I mean, it is what it is. So again, repeat the process with the next Luffy. Gonna go for the blocker. And here I'm gonna go straight for the life. Again, I'm trying to make him use his counters. I'm not trying to overload each of my attacks so that he just gives up on his life. I want to also try to get him to use his counters so that he doesn't have any counters for later. And then of course I do use my Luffys to get rid of 2 of his cards. I don't really want to spend any more counters on those 2 Luffys, so that's why I went ahead and just got rid of them with their effect. Here I'm setting up this Raigo. Probably going to end up using it next turn, so let's see what he has for us. I do want to keep this ace, but it's unfortunate I have to spend kind of a lot to save him. But I'm going to try to save him as much as I can. Again, even attack, so I'm fine with spending 1 card to save the ace. Okay, I really don't like that he has those blockers, so I'm going to use the Raigo. Going to use my leader's ability. So here I'm gonna sit on my 2 life cards. Okay, of course he blocks it. Blocks it and does a lot of counter, so it's perfectly fine. Again, I'm just trying to get him to use up all his counters. Now he's back down to 2 cards, so this is where I want him. Gonna use all my counters or most of my counters to save the ace. Gonna let it go because I don't really want to use a counter at this point. Again, even power, so I'm gonna sacrifice the Sabo since I don't have a Sabo in my life cards. Then I get a lucky pull with the Gecko Moria. So this is gonna be really important to play. So here, deciding that I'm going to end up getting at least a blocker. So I get Sabo, and then I get Luffy, so I can get down to 0 life. And then trash the Kid Luffy, and bring everything up. Again, going to stay with that 1 life, because I don't want him to somehow get past my defenses. While I may not have any counters in my hand, all my cards on the field are pretty powerful, so if he does attack with any of his blockers on the next turn, then I can easily get past his defenses. Again, here I decide that the Egghead Luffy is not worth keeping around for the next turn to attack. Might as well just use him to remove any attacking power that he has. I do get lucky and get another Gecko Moria, so it's definitely going to be an important card to play. Places down another blocker, which is kind of annoying. He has 2 blockers, but you know, I have 9k attack power on my leader, so it's going to be hard for him to really do much. I'm going to take the hit, and he can't do anything else, so again, just use my leader's ability to get back the cards that I need. So I'm going to decide here. I end up not having any blockers, so it's going to be just an Ace and a Luffy. Okay, and I bring both of them into play. Gonna, again, just straight away use Egghead Luffy's ability so that I can reduce his attacking power on the next turn. And it's also gets rid of the blocker, so here he decides to block. He can't counter it, he has no cards, so straight into his life it goes. And here it was really risky, but I decided it was worth the risk, and I ended up getting the win. I hope you got a better grasp of Black Yellow Luffy with a Raigo in the deck. It's very good for, you know, getting those high cost, annoying cards out of the way. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next video.